There's another natural hair sculptor that seems threatened by my presence within the natural hair niche.
Can I just say that you both are very talented, and it makes me a little bit sad that you guys cannot work together and create something beautiful.
Are we not gatekeeping natural hairstyles from each other? Is that what we're doing here? Or is it just a misunderstanding between two of the biggest natural hair sculpting creators on TikTok? This is a very niche community, by the way, in the natural hair space. Sola and Eva are both natural hair sculpt creators. So they're both doing the same thing, except Eva does more character-themed kind of sculpting, while Sola does more wearable kind of sculpting. But the main goal for all of these hairstyles is to make wearing your natural hair more fun. And initially, they were both cool with each other and were actually working on a collaboration until all of a sudden something changed. Here's Sola explaining her side of the story.
Being in the same niche does not mean that we are in competition with each other. I wanted to make this serious video because it seems like this is becoming more of an issue, and I just wanted to stop because it's unhealthy, childish, and just not worth anyone's time. But there's another natural hair sculptor that seems threatened by my presence within the natural hair niche. I think it's just because I'm here. Like, I didn't do anything but create videos and actually reach out to them asking if we could collaborate, because I was excited that because the niche is so small that working together is more powerful than being individuals. Like, we could actually collab on a video and break the internet. That's the mindset that I contacted them with. It just seems like they were down at the time, but now I think that was just a facade because the way that they're acting towards me isn't kind. Let me also make it clear that, like, I started hair sculpting based off of inspiration that I took from this 1971 photo that I found on Pinterest. I recreated it and I gave the photo credit. I always do that. I always give everyone that I draw inspo from credit. However, one time I did create a video where I made my hair into butterfly wings, and this same creator commented asking if I've seen them do it before. And I genuinely didn't see them do that butterfly video, but I have seen their work before, and it's awesome. Like, I was excited to collaborate with them and everything. I was like, let's work together. You know, the way that things are now, it seems like no, they don't want to work with me, and that's fine. And I made another video talking about like where I draw my inspo from, which is the past. Like, I actually show pictures that I've looked at and I'm like, wow, like, we've been doing this forever. Now I'm just doing it my way, you know what I mean? And so someone commented saying like how they were trying to explain to this other natural hair sculptor the same thing, that natural hair sculpting has been a thing for forever. And so I was like, oh, like, who are you talking about? And they DM'd me and told me who they were talking about. It's the same person. They said how they made this like passive aggressive video talking about like, oh, if you draw inspo from me, give me credit because I've been doing this. And I didn't watch the video, so I don't know what exactly they said in it, but the shoe did not fit, so I didn't wear it. I was like, I always give people inspo if I draw from their work, you know, so I don't think they're talking about me. But I realized like maybe they do have a problem with me, because today people were tagging me in their videos saying like, have you seen this? Have you seen this, Solar? And I was like, I didn't even get a chance to answer, but they took it upon themselves to answer for me. And this is what they said.
So I replied to the girl that asked is, she has told me her page is inspired by me and my afro shapes I used to do before my first page got taken down. To which Sola says she never said that.
So I think it's kind of interesting that they would respond like that, because not only is it not true, but it just shows that it's like an ego problem. I don't mean to say this in a way to offend this person if they do see it, but like, it seems like there is a huge ego involved, because not only is that just not true, but it seems like you're trying to twist it to make it seem like I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it weren't for you, which is just not true. Okay, and it seems like you don't want to share the space, and I just want to say that I'm in my own lane and you're in your own lane. What you do is awesome. You do all this stuff that I personally am not interested in. Like, I don't cosplay. I don't do art with my the scraps of my hair, which is really unique to you. I don't do that. I focus on hairstyles that people could replicate themselves, and I focus on like hair care. I'm doing hair sculptures that are like for formal events, the workplace, just like redefining what natural hair could look like in these settings. That's what I focus on. So we're not competing against each other. And please don't try to lie on me and make it seem like, oh, she's here because of me, and because of me, I'm the original hair sculptor artist. Like, no one's taking that title away from you. I don't want to take that title away from you. I don't even want it. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to passive aggressively shoot shots at me and act as if like, oh, I only exist because of you, yada yada yada, and this and the other. Like, we're not going to do that. No one's taking anything away from you. Please don't be threatened by me. I'm just out here doing my own thing. You do your thing, and just let's leave it at that. Please stop trying to pin other creators against each other, because that's not cool. I'm here for a greater purpose than that.
So she doesn't actually deny ever using an inspiration from her, but she also goes on to say she actually does give credit, and she does, because this is one of the videos that she made while she was crediting her.
The idea of turning my hair into a star was inspired by Pixie Book's viral photo from Pinterest, and also Queen Ava, who wore it for the natural hair show. So when I thought about how I'd style my star to fit my face, I thought of adding a frizzy bang where the bangs part would be where the crown would sit. I'm solar, and I think that having the ability to make cool shapes like this is a part of why having natural hair is such a gift, and I think we should start showing it more often.
There's also a little difference in how they decide to style their hair. As I said, Sola makes hairstyles that she hopes people can wear in normal settings. When I look at Eva's work, on the other hand, I see a girl just enjoying herself, having the time of her life with these characters. Both of these girls are so talented, which is one of the most frustrating things about this whole thing, because they can do so much together. I was so excited when I first saw Eva's video, because she's the one I saw first, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cute! And then a few days later, I also find Sola, and I'm like, there's another one! A few days later, I find out they're not even getting along. I should mention though that I haven't actually seen any response from Eva, so I'm not going to be size. Even if I did, it wouldn't stop anything really. But people have been sculpting their hair for a very long time, especially here in Africa. A lot of what you see your favorite celebrities wear their hair as is actually inspired by our ancestors. One of the first ever hair sculptors I ever watched was this girl that was making objects and people out of her own hair. It was so beautiful.
Here are just a few examples of what I can do with my hair. Animals. Random things like an umbrella or a car. Portraits. Text, like here where I write perfect with my hair, because I do believe my hair is perfect. Cartoon. Sunflowers. Fashion accessories. Wings. Even zodiac-inspired hairstyle, because my rising sign is Scorpio. I'm another astrology freak. Medusa, and even body parts. The process to make the sculpture is actually pretty simple. The idea comes to my head, I do a little sketch, and then I just sculpt using my natural hair, some hair extension, and wire. And I started to receive a lot of messages from Black women around the world telling me that seeing my heart helped them to feel better about their hair, about the blackness. And I realized, okay, actually what I'm doing is pretty powerful. So maybe it can just serve a greater purpose, and I can use it to advocate for change. So I decided to use my hair as a platform to advocate for the equity of sexes.
I really hope these girls realize what their power is to every little Black girl, and they learn to coexist. Unfortunately, the internet right now is filled with so many people crying on camera about how much they hate their hair, relaxing their hair, being depressed over their hair. And I'm not saying their feelings or whatever they're going through is invalid, but there should also be some positivity to balance that off. And these people could do a great job at that. Anyway, so now I went on to collaborate with Justice, another girl with a beautiful, beautiful afro, and they made this video.
Hello? Stoller, listen, we need to get it together. There's someone I think you should work with. You two need to expand this niche. I'm pretty sure it's niche. Actually, niche is just more of a common US pronunciation. Particularly niche and niche. Whatever. Look, you two just need to do something edgy. Do something nostalgic. Like, take people back to 2008. And like always, keep it natural. Say this.
And that, my friend, is a power of teamwork. But I'm still hopeful for a collaboration between Eva and Sola. Here's an example of what copying somebody looks like. Here's what you shouldn't do. Eva.
Telling you right now, you're using way too much foundation.
Telling you right now, you're using way too much foundation.
So now not only is your foundation going to look super smooth and flawless, you're going to save a lot of money.
So now not only is your foundation going to look super smooth and flawless, you're going to save a lot of money.
The reason why a lot of people are really confused about how to contour is because you've only been taught to contour this one way.
The reason why a lot of people are confused about contour is because you've only been taught to contour this one way.
But this doesn't suit everybody's face. Let me show you how makeup artists in Korea are actually doing it.
But that doesn't fit everybody's face. Let me show you how the makeup artists in Korea are doing it.
Your face can tolerate more makeup than the center of your face.
Because the outside of your face can tolerate more product than the inside of your face.
So many thick layers of product, especially because the skin under your eyes is really thin and can't hold that much makeup before it starts to look cakey.
Applying so many thick layers of product because the skin under the eyes is really thin and it's not going to hold that much makeup without starting to look cakey.
This creator has copied a couple of my videos, like word for word, copied the shots and everything. You know what? Maybe she just doesn't know. So I sent her a message letting her know, just appreciate if she took it down. And I was hoping to have an open conversation about this. And after a couple of days of not getting a response, I was like, okay, maybe it's just in her requests folder and she didn't see it. And there was a comment on the video saying, I just watched this on an Asian makeup artist page. Fine, obviously because it's my video. And she said, that's great. Cool to know we have the same techniques. I don't know, that just feels kind of icky to me. We can have the same techniques, but when you copy my video word for word, it's plagiarism. You're taking credit for my work. And so I just said, hi, I sent you a DM about this. Can you please check your inbox? And pretty quickly after that, I got blocked. So it makes me think that she had seen the original message that I sent. She was just choosing to ignore me because that was like a couple of days before I left the comment. And this was like a couple minutes after I left the comments. And the thing is, there's not a whole lot that's new in makeup these days. Like a lot of us are going to be doing the same things. A lot of us are going to be having the same ideas for videos. It's okay to look at another person's video and take inspiration and be like, oh, you know what? I also do that. Like, I also want to make a video about that, but you just have to put it in your own words. You could have also just stitched my video as well and just credited me. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos, and it's not really fair to be stealing it, copying it, and then taking credit for it. Like, we all learn from somewhere sometime. Like, I've taken inspiration from other creators' videos, and I've learned techniques from other makeup artists as well. And I've done videos saying like, oh, this is a technique that I learned from Lisa Eldridge, or just have to make sure you're giving credit where it's due. And at least just try to switch up the words that you use so it doesn't feel like complete plagiarism. And I'm not doing this to like cancel you or send people after you. I'm just hoping that this can be a learning experience for like anybody watching this, that copying another creator's videos is not okay. And the internet is a huge place. There's so much room for all of us here. I've made so many great connections with other makeup artists and creators through these platforms. I've had other people reach out to me saying, you're doing so well. I love your content. Can I ask you some questions? And I've given people ideas like, I think this is a really good video idea and I think you should do your videos like this. Like, this is just not the way to do it, especially when I've reached out to you trying to like have this conversation, and for me to get blocked, it's just all feels very distasteful. And I know people are going to find it regardless of me like blocking out her name or not, but we don't need to be going and sending hate to this creator. I just hope that this is, again, a learning experience for this creator and anybody else seeing this. Just don't copy people's work, okay? Please. Thank you.
Word for word, bar for bar. No credit whatsoever. Do better. Again, please check out Sola and Eva's pages. I feel like they're both talented creators whose work should be seen.
Hey, why is there hair drama in the hair sculpting community, which really only consists of at best 10 people? It don't gotta be like this, guys. Y'all can just like, we should be able to welcome, especially as creatives. I feel like this happens with creatives a lot. We are very, very, very sensitive about our intellectual work. And we take it personally when we feel like someone is copying us. But it's like everybody is allowed to explore those same avenues and put their own twist on it.